make some tough decisions, and unfortunately we're unable to find a place for your collection in the 2024 series. I don't even know what to say. I love him so much. It's a fun scene. It's a fun scene. Happy birthday. Happy take two. I filmed another clip earlier and I was like, the whole time we're gonna be happier now. I worked out, I ate. So it's the 22nd of April and I will not be writing tonight. I think it's almost 8 already. I need to return a client project. I don't have to return today, but I'm done with it and I don't like to take longer than I have to. So it's nice to return something earlier, and so I'm just gonna like send it off today. So we're gonna do that. And I'm starting another client project on Saturday. I am also beta reading 2 projects this week. There might be a third one, but I don't really know anything about that yet. We can talk about my book, where we are. I'm currently at 24,000 words in the manuscript. No, almost 25. I write about 2,000 words per week. Last week I wrote 2,200. The week before I wrote 2,000 or 1,900. And I'm still editing as I go, because I need to figure out the context and I need to know the elements before I can move on. I think it's very particular to this genre, but I think I can do it because I think I've leveled up to the point where I can revise as I go. And I think this might be better for me because I think one of the reasons why I was always stuck after the first draft was because there was so much to change and I was overwhelmed, and then like I just like lost connection to it. I think this draft is really clean. This is definitely the cleanest draft I've ever written, and it's not like I'm doing like a huge developmental edit. I'm definitely gonna have a second pass before I send it off to beta readers, but having this like second check where I can like add things in and make things like make sense feels a lot better than like doing that whole process when the book is done. I don't know what's going on with my cat. That's all the updates I have. Yeah, I'm gonna set off the proofread, and then my partner and I are gonna have a chat because we're doing long distance right now. I haven't spoken to him. We have some upcoming plans together we need to kind of like smooth out as well. And I got a rejection. I got a rejection from a poetry chapbook. I can read out the email. I have been not doing great with the submissions. It's funny. Last year I was very meticulous and I tracked every single submission, and I didn't do that all this year, so I don't really know how many I have submitted throughout this whole year so far. I'm assuming at least 20, like between 15 and 20, and every single one of them got rejected, which last year at this time I got 3 acceptances and I only sent out 5 things, so the ratio is not looking very good, and I kind of feel like I should be like a little embarrassed, especially after my Aurora Awards nomination, but it's just whatever. So I wanted to read out the rejection letter. It was pretty nice. So we like to start off by thank you for submitting. We received far more submissions than expected, which is why it's taking us longer to get back to you, blah blah blah. We had to make some tough decisions, and unfortunately we were unable to find a place for your collection in the 2024 series, but please know that we really enjoyed reading your work. We hope you consider submitting to us next. I don't know what's going on with him. I think he wants dinner. 100% he wants dinner. I don't call myself a poet. I do like writing poetry, but with this like awards, like this Aurora Awards, I kind of feel like just like a little pressure to like write more poetry. But at the same time, I think I would have written poetry if I didn't get the like I can't, because I know myself and I know that I would make myself write more poetry if I got this nomination. I don't know what I'm saying. I finally got some plants for the bookshelf. I used this company called Rooted. They shipped these to me from Florida, I think. So this is a Pathos, hoping it can like start trailing out. I got this one, I forgot what it's called. And I got 2 more baby plants up here. These are supposed to be like cat friendly, and I'm really happy with, oh, what's this? Let's put this away. I'm really happy with the shelf, actually. I am gonna be selling more books because this is like, the shelf literally is like a sixth of all the books I have. I am wearing the same outfit because I also worked out. I wanted to show you. I got a new work tote. I like it a lot. I think it looks nice. My mom says it looks like an old lady's bag. Let me know what you think, but I can't return it because I took the tags off. I like how I can hold it like this, and I like how I can wear it like this as well. It's really big, but I don't know, I like it. I got a nice email from a client. I returned his project yesterday. He sent me a very nice email. He said something like, you've been, I can't remember, I'm not gonna say verbatim. I'll include a small screenshot. I also got a note from my publisher about the ballad spelling. Good thing I asked her for like the official title and confirmed with her. So anyway, we're gonna write tonight. That's what we're gonna do because I'm craving like a 2,000 word day. I know what I'm gonna write, I just need to write it. It's a fun scene. It's a fun scene.
Got some sleepy cuties.
So it's Saturday. It's been a while since I vlogged. Things just are so busy. I actually had grand plans yesterday. I was gonna go into the city, work in a coffee shop, get some nice shots for the vlog. I've been inside New York, like New York City, so many times since I moved here. I just haven't been able to get any footage, obviously because I haven't been vlogging, and I was gonna go yesterday, but I decided I really didn't want to go. Instead, I turned my brain off and watched Tiva scenes for hours and hours and hours. I'm not even watching the full NCIS episodes. I literally just YouTube Tiva scenes, and that's all I've been watching. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I hope you know. I literally have no one to like scream over this with, so if you know what I'm talking about, please leave a comment down below. Essentially, Tiva is the nickname for this couple on NCIS. I was obsessed with them in high school, and what happened is that I think Paramount Plus, they're announcing like a spin-off series to focus on these two characters, and ever since I found out about that, I just like, this couple has me in a chokehold. I like don't even know what to say. I love them so much. I was still on, okay, I'm just like fangirling, like, oh god. Anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. Okay, let's talk about the writing. Tuesday, I had a really good writing session. I knew I was gonna have a good writing session because I was saying I had a lot of words inside me. I ended up writing about 2,500 words. Do I have a bug bite here? I do. It took me about 1.5 hours to write. No, that's not true. It took me about 2.5 hours to write 2,500 words. I was writing from like 7 to 9:30. Except the first hour I was like hanging out with my parents while I was writing, and it was like really not productive. I only got about 1,000 words in the first hour, and I got, that doesn't sound right either. Whatever, the point is I had to wrap up the writing session at 9:30 because I go to bed. I need to be in bed pretty much by 9:30 because I wake up 5:45 every morning for work. And so I was like trying to rush at the end of my writing session, and I ended up catching up to where I had left off. So I think I said this a few times, I can't remember what I said, but I am editing as I go, or I was editing as I write. but I caught up to where I was Tuesday, like after that writing session on Tuesday. However, because I was rushing, I knew the ending was not what I had wanted it. Like there was something off about it. It didn't hit like the beats I wanted it to hit. And so I spent Wednesday kind of like thinking pretty much. I didn't write at all Wednesday, I was just thinking. And then Thursday on the train home, I ended up fixing that scene, so it reads a lot better now. But before I move on though, because now I've caught up officially, but before I move on, there's like one small thing I need to add in the manuscript that would just tie everything together, and that's one thing I have to not worry about when I go back to revise, because this is like a small but big thing. So that's like what I'm gonna be doing probably this weekend if I have time. And yeah, on Friday, which was yesterday, I wrote 2 new poems. Because I got the Awards nomination, and that, okay, what I was trying to say Monday, which like absolutely made no sense when I was trying to say on camera, probably because I was tired. What I meant to say is that sometimes I don't know when I make myself do things and when I just do things for fun. Sometimes I get these two things confused in my brain because I'm very good at making myself do things. So I was just trying to make sure that I am writing poems for fun and it's not because I feel obligated because I got like this award, this like nomination. Sorry, I didn't get the award, I just got shortlisted. I'm just a nominee. I don't think I'm making myself write poetry because the 2 poems I wrote yesterday, they kind of just like came out. I was trying to like follow some prompts from different literary magazines. Yeah, I wrote 2, I really liked them. I really liked one of them I wrote, and then I started reading like my other poetry that I have just been getting rejected, and I really want to submit the poem somewhere. I just don't really know where yet. But I am really interested in chapbooks. As I mentioned, I submitted to a chapbook and it got rejected, so I'm gonna probably continue to submit to chapbooks, like chapbook submissions. That's how the writing was going, or has been going. I can find the total word count for the novel. Let's go to Pacemaker. 2580 on Wednesday and 4 words on Thursday. That was when I was trying to like figure out, that's when I figured out how to wrap up the scene, and I was like doing a lot of adding and deleting. So total for this week, I have written 2,584. I don't foresee myself writing this weekend. I just got the project for my line editing that I'm doing for my client, so I'm gonna do that. I still have to wrap up my 2 beta reading for the week. I did a read through of one of them. It was so good. It was so good. And then I still have another one I haven't touched yet, but that one is a bit shorter. So I'm gonna do a read through of like the beta reading just so I can have my notes all clear and my thoughts concise and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do the other beta reading, and I'm gonna do the what's it called, the line editing. I hope I'm not making it out to seem like I don't want to be doing these edits or these beta readings. I love reading for friends. I love my job as a freelance editor, but in terms of priority, like the writing has to get deprioritized because I am not making any money with writing at this moment, and so it's not going to get prioritized. What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, and my brother's coming over later today. I am hanging out with my grandma tomorrow, and yeah, so I don't foresee myself writing, but if I do write, it'll be like fixing that scene that I was talking about. What else? Is there anything else to say? I had a lot to say. I did have a lot to say, but now I always forget when I'm here. Oh yeah, I want to talk about Augur. So we did the pitch meeting last Saturday, and I was just assigned some short stories and some poetry, and this is my first time like editing poetry from Augur. And so yeah, even though I have this like nominee for like this poem, I'm still like doubting my skills. Like, do I really know how to edit poetry? Poetry is so, I think it's so subject to how you feel when you read it, how you feel, what questions do you have for the poem, things like that. I think that's what matters more, but I think it'll be fine. Am I wrapping up this vlog? I don't know. It was very short. Maybe I'll film tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of want to go to Trader Joe's and get some tulips because I've decided that tomorrow is my favorite day of this whole year for no reason in particular. Well, there is for a reason. It's because April is when all the tulips are blooming, and it's also like National Poetry Month, and 28 is my favorite number. And it's also Earth Week, right? It's Earth Week. Maybe I'll film tomorrow. I don't know.